What's up, my friends? Huge news alert. Altspace is being shut down in March by Microsoft. But before we talk about that, first, let's spin that logo. What's up, my Metacubers? Israel Galindo here, one half of the Metacubes, and this is Metalore. Sad news came across our desk as Microsoft, who acquired Altspace last year, says goodbye to the platform loved by many. The news article states, and I quote, "We, Microsoft and its partners, look at the future with what they say the opportunity for VR is expanding beyond consumer into business. Hence, a new business platform called Microsoft Mesh is born. But in order to achieve this, we again, Microsoft, made the difficult decision to sunset Altspace platform on March 10th, 2023, and shift our focus to support immersive experience powered by Microsoft Mesh." Okay, so the article continues here that the decision had not been an easy one, but as part of the platform, many have come to love and provide a place for people to explore their identities, express themselves, and find a community. It's been a privilege to help unlock passions among users, from education to opportunity for personal growth, to the development of unique and wonderful events, groundbreaking art, and immersive experiences, enabling this community to achieve more. With Mesh, they aspire to build a platform that offers the widest opportunity to all involved, including creators, partners, and customers. So, that being said, here is the biggest thing. One great thing, it's great, we are happy that they're moving on and all of that. But what happens to all of us? It's like the landlord with all the tenants. They're saying, you guys have till March to leave, as you can see, March 10th, and we are all getting kicked out, basically out of Altspace. So what does that mean for everybody? Well, let's go over that. So over the next coming weeks, we are encouraging, we as a community, many creators and developers who are part of the Altspace community to host final events and download their content. Now, this is also per Microsoft letting you know, and from Altspace, to download your content. Now, they're only giving you partial tools. They're giving you tools to download your pictures. We've downloaded that, and they don't give it to you in a certain format or order. It's just a zip file with a bunch of numbered JPEGs. Now, if you name them, you'll have names. If not, you just have a folder of gigantic files. Now, as far as your data is concerned, you're able to download your data as is, meaning an Excel sheet or a CSV file that basically says your world name, how many people came to visit, how many assets you have. So it's more your report, but not your actual worlds. Now, where do we go from there? Let's talk about that for a minute. So, where do we go from there? Well, there's so many flavors of the metaverse out there floating around, right? The ecosphere, from mixed VR to VR chat to spatial to all of these, business-minded meta groups. Horizons obviously welcoming you, wanting you to come to theirs as well. They're opening their arms to you guys. But where you decide to go, this is the important thing. Number one, is your new home multiplayer? Number two, is your new platform a cross-platform platform, right? Can you do multi-things on there and be able to cross platforms? Number three, can you import and export assets easily? And the most important one, this is what I consider the most important one, is going to be, can your friends find you? Now, this is the bad thing about these platforms. You have your friends on these platforms, but if you move on, how do you see your friends? Well, the first thing is, if you have Discord and you use Discord, that is definitely one thing you can do. You could definitely add your friends on Discord. What I would recommend is put a big banner in your worlds and your events and say, here's my information, copy my information. This way your friends can either email you or Discord you or find you where you're gonna go. Maybe you know that you're gonna go to spatial or VR chat. Maybe kind of give the username that you have there if you haven't already done so. But again, go ahead and leave banners and flyers and notes in your current worlds, letting your friends know and where you're gonna be. Now, as far as creators have already been working on this for months because they had kind of got wind that it was going to go away. So some creators have already put out there that they are working on tools to move your worlds. That being said, don't put all your eggs in one basket that if your world's gonna move, all the things are gonna work. For example, we imported our world into Spatial. The space came over and everything on it was not movable. I can't move the chairs, I can't move the microphones. It was one of those things that it came over as a static world where nothing is movable. So one of the things is to keep an ear close to the ground so we can give you the best news where you can expect the tools that you're going to need to get your data migration from Altspace to beyond. Okay, that being said, let's go over a couple of the worlds that we really think you should know about. So Spatial is an easy world where you can transition and set up, register, and move over very quickly. The process on that was a 1, 2, 3. Register an account with any of your emails. Once you've registered, you can create an empty template. It's a pre-made world that already has stuff in it. And as far as sharing stuff, it's easy. Like if you use Zoom and all of these other communication programs, it's easy as hitting a button and hitting share. You can share your computer, you can share screens. What's cool about Spatial is if your headset dies, you can use your tablet and your phone, Mac and PC and other devices to still be able to be in the world without having your Oculus. That is one cool thing about Spatial. It was easy to register, easy to go in, and you can be hosting an event within a few minutes with their pre-made templates. Can you upload? Yes. One really cool thing about Spatial that I loved was SketchLab. SketchLab is basically a search directory where you can add anything you want. You want to type telephone? You type telephone, there's a whole list of telephones that would show up. You want go-go dancers, you type go-go dancers, animations, they show up. You can add them as kits. That was a cool thing about it. Also, if you go to SketchLab's website, you can also buy your own assets and upload them in there, or prefabs that you can do as well. Everything can come over from Unity. You can also ask support to help you if one of your files doesn't come over correctly. And they were very helpful. Trust me, when I went in there, I asked for a world help to be uploaded. They brought my file over, imported. I was up and running in 24 hours. So they're very helpful. The downside to it is there's not a lot of people, and the people that you do see in those worlds are usually bots and they're NPC players walking around. So the biggest downfall is people say they have great worlds, but there's not a lot of audience. So now that Altspace is moving on, there probably will be a lot of audience. So now the second one people are going to is VR chat. As far as VR chat is concerned, yes, it is very difficult as a creator to use and create worlds there, at least from my standpoint, and I'm pretty techie. Creating worlds, moving worlds, uploading worlds was a lot of work. It's not your typical 1, 2, 3. So registration, this is the key point, and remember this very well. If you use your Oculus or VR device, it'll ask you to log in with your VR's device registered account. In my example, my Oculus login. But if I try to access it via a computer on a website, it wants to register as a VR chat login. So remember that, because a lot of you will try to use your Oculus account and it'll tell you it cannot log in. That is the biggest fall where everybody's failing, is make sure that when you log into VR chat on your Oculus or VR device, is you are doing it with your VR chat account, not your Oculus account, VR chat. And if you get lost, just log out of it, of the app, log back into it in your headset, and then make sure you're selecting the VR chat login. If you don't have one, just hit register. It'll take you to a website on your Oculus or VR device. Register with that one and be good to go. If you want to do it the simple way, go to VRChat's website, register an account on your computer, then use the same account to log in on your Oculus and VR headset to make sure you can get in, and unanimously use the same one across the board. That'll be the easiest way to get in there and do what you have to do. So again, VRChat, there is a lot of work, a lot of instances, and that was another thing. When a world is full, you'll get thrown into what's called an instance, a copy of the world. So you might see 1,000 people in one world, and when you go in, there's only 2 people because you are in a copy of a copy of a copy, which definitely doesn't work for any of us, because when you want to go party, you want to party with everybody, not just by yourself. So that's one of the downfalls I see. Another downfall I see on that is there's a lot of kids in VR chat. No offense, of course, not offense to anything. People are people and we love it, but expect to see a lot of that in VR chat. A lot of chaos, a lot of ADD, a lot of things that you're just going to be like, wow, I didn't experience this in Altspace. But we are growing, we're moving on, we're learning from Altspace, and we are growth, right? Growth is the key thing. So that's one of the things that we're going to have to explore in these new worlds, is going to be just that we have to get accustomed to new platforms, and that is definitely going to be another one. Now, mixed metaverse is also another one that's for entertainers. If you like music, if you like clubbing, if you like playing at bars, if you like listening to live music, mixed metaverse, that's MIX metaverse, is another amazing one. You guys would definitely love that one. The developers, Paul is just phenomenal. He's the owner. Biggie is the coordinator, and he is amazing. And everybody there really welcomes you with open arms. And mixed metaverse is growing quickly. I would say in the last 6 months, they've exploded. They do live events from bands in 3D, as well as live DJs in hollow form, meaning you can see the DJ real IRL, right, in real life, in front of an audience, and it looks phenomenal. I'm one of the DJs there as well, so I can attest that mixed metaverse is definitely something that's really cool. Don't forget to add them in Discord also, because you can suggest what you want to see in there, and they're very receptive to make sure to help you grow and to give you what you're looking for as a user in their application. So make sure you add them also on Discord. It's really awesome to do that. And also add our Discord too. I'll put it at the end of this, but it says radio. ISS Radio. Pan1200 is my username. So if you want to do that, ISS Radio. #1200 is my username, so you can add me on Discord. You can always ask me any questions. I'll add it to the end of this video and then the description below as well. So another one that I also wanted to kind of bring to you is going to be a couple of business metaverse that I've seen. Engage is one that we did use, and it's more business oriented. Engage is pretty cool. Really enjoyed the platform. Creation wise, not so much. You can kind of use their worlds and use templates of their worlds, but I haven't seen a way to upload my own world. And there's a lot of networking, business oriented people there. So as far as entertainment, I didn't really see a lot of entertainment. There is different things you can do in there. That's another one that you can definitely take advantage of if you're looking to stay on the business side. Another one that I really enjoyed was Metaverse, Multiverse, and Infinite Verse. So it's look for multiverse in your headsets and Infiniverse. That one is really cool too. That one is almost as easy as spatial to do. And what's cool about that one is you can buy property. You can buy apartments, restaurants, hotels, spaces, and you can literally do anything you want with those spaces. Graphic wise, I do like it, but it does get glitchy at times. And I've been kicked out a couple of times using my Oculus Pro. So again, it could be my Pro versus the Quest 2 that I also have. So that's definitely one that you can do a lot. And on the creative side, it's easy because you can upload everything into your website and make really cool spaces. On the user side, there is a lot of spaces, but really only see people when there's events being thrown. If you're walking around, it's rare that you'll see people there. But we're all growing, they're all growing, and we should expect a lot of people coming through now that Altspace is going to go away. So again, to recap, a lot of spaces. Let's take advantage of it. Now, one thing I do want to point out, and this is one thing that let me move the screen over so I can kind of get you. And this is something that somebody had mentioned. One of the biggest things about Metaverse is this: we communicate within the platform. We do not communicate outside the platform, right? Email, text, things like that. So our friends over at VR Networking brought up a great idea. Registering on their newsletter, I'm going to actually bring up the page right here. It's vrnetworking.com. And our friend Roberto over there is doing a platform, a cloud platform, where they are connecting and networking everybody on a cloud-based version where everybody will have a registered account. It'll have who you are, what you do, what your usernames are, what you can provide. And there, no matter wherever you go in the metaverse, you can actually still be connected with your friends from other verses. You can schedule your events. You can kind of show what's going on for business, for entertainment, for fun, for monetization, for just getting together. And they give you all the rooms, tools, and everything you need to do that. All your marketing, all your networking. So I would suggest go to vrnetworking.com and go to the newsletter, register. And once you register, then you will be part of the sphere of VR networking to then be across with all your friends. All of that. I would suggest when you do that, put in your screen name and put what you're doing. For example, ISS Radio on all platforms, including Altspace, would be mine. And when you're looking for me, then you'll be able to find me on there. If you do have any questions or issues, you can always email them, connect@vrnetworking.com, and Roberta will be able to assist you in regards to that. But great site, great slew of people. I just had a meeting with them earlier and had a blast. And what they want to do is really help you reach your potential in VR. And that's something that we're all trying to do, bits and pieces at a time. This is going to help us streamline it when a website has the information. They're not going to sell your information, but a website has your information to help you connect on a global scale to what you're enjoying. Platforms, categories, fun, anything you want to do, you're able to do that. To give you an example that he did today, maybe you like miniature golf, maybe you like crochet, and you have a class you're doing or a game you're going to play, you know, Beat Saber. You could put up your event on their website, and then you can go ahead and do that. I see somebody's coming through our board here. So I will end the video right now, but I will talk to you guys on the next one. I'm Israel Galindo, aka IsRadio. That's ISS Radio on all platforms. Hit me up on that, and don't forget, like and subscribe to this video, and let us know where you're going to be moving to once Altspace is gone. I'll see you guys on the next one.